Welcome to Tech, Cars, and More for another video. Today we are going to do an unboxing and a quick review of the Nothing 2A. This phone was $349. In order to get it, I've had to order through the developers program through Nothing. So because I'm here in the US, I think other countries like India, UK, I think in the UK they can walk into stores and buy it, but they have it available on a Nothing site, just regular purchase. So, but $349. Let's see what we get here. This is the 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gig hard drive. You see that there. And you can see this was not open yet, so wanted to share this with you guys, the whole unboxing experience here. So this is what we got. So here's your box. Red tab here, I'm guessing. Pretty satisfying. All right. So here's the next layer. So this is the box inside the box. As you can see there, it rises up a little bit so you can feel the little ridges and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. So inside the box, welcome to Nothing. This kind of reminds me of and I know you've seen my videos with the CMF product. Very simple packaging. Of course, they probably couldn't put a phone in that same similar type of packaging, so they put it in a box. But from what I saw with the new CMF buds, they've changed the packaging to something similar to this. So as soon as that's available, I'm going to get my hands on that. I'll be doing a review on that as well, but that's for a future video. So first things first, we have the phone. There's a little tab here. Pull the phone out. Comes in a nice little, feels like piece of cardboard. And what we have here, we have our power cord and that little transparent. See if I can get that to focus on that. Anyway, transparent USB-C to USB-C cable. Really nice touch. We have safety and information and warranty information. And we also have a somewhat clear SIM ejection tool. So that's pretty much it. So I'm going to, let me open this up for you real quick. You can see more tabs here. I should be able to just slide it out. Yep. And there it is, milk white. I'm going to pause this video, load up my stuff here, come back, and then we'll walk through the phone itself. All right, now we're back. I got all my stuff loaded onto the phone, and I got to use it for a little bit. Went and tested out my SIM card and went through the settings and stuff like that. Pretty nice phone. I'm going to probably do a 2-week review on this phone, but for now, I'm going to give you my initial view on this phone. So, really nice feel. I'm moving from a Pixel 7a to this, so I'm going to do a comparison, or most of my comparison is going to be between the Pixel 7a and the 2a from Nothing. So very similar. One thing that I'm really noticing here, though, is the screen size. This is really, really nice. And I can tell you that when this was sitting down, I did buy a case for this phone as well off of Amazon, just to put something on and protect it, especially with the plastic back and everything. I don't want to get all scratched up and everything, so I got a nice clear case. But when I put the case on it, I had to sit down beside my wife's iPhone. I looked at them, and they're very similar in screen size. So the dimensions and the shape. This is like a hair taller than it, but it's the same width, the same edges. It really looks similar. But I'm really happy with this phone so far with the screen size and everything. Um, like I said, you can definitely tell that back of the phone is plastic, but it looks really good. This is the milk color that's available to the US. 12 gigs of RAM, and 256 gig hard drive. It did have something in the settings that I noticed, and I'm going to go through the settings here. Actually, first, I'll do that first. And you have like a composer and stuff like that, which you can go in and play around and make different notification sounds and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. I also have the swipe um, gestures on this, which is available for all the other phones as well. Or you can go through the settings and change to the three button, which is kind of old school. I almost forget how to use that, but it is available if you want that. Besides all your usual settings, there is this one setting in here. It's actually a couple. So in your screensavers and stuff like that, your home screen, you can actually do custom screensavers generated, AI generated, which you can go to like create, and it gives you. Now, when I first saw this, I'm thinking, oh wow, you could take some of your photos, put them together, and then make this nice AI generated screensavers, but it's actually not the case. You have to actually choose from their options, which there's only a few right now, but you can make some pretty cool stuff with that. If you look, these are some of the ones that was made with some of the different options that I chose. So with their stuff and putting them together, but you have that. And then everything else is pretty much the same. But there's this one feature which I haven't seen anyone talk about this, so I'm going to show you this now. It's called experimental features. So you click on that. Now, what's cool about this for me, number one, you have enhanced touch response, glyph progress, which everyone talks about that. To talk about how you can have like your, actually the only app available for it is the Uber app. So you can take your Uber app and see, like when your ride's going to get here. And what it was is it would use the same glyph that you use for your volume, but it would go up and down with like how close your Uber driver is to you, right? But one that they don't talk about, and maybe this is something that a lot of Android users don't really need, but for someone like me that likes to do reviews, I like to buy not just Android stuff, but I buy Apple stuff. If you have a set of EarPods, the AirPod Pros, no matter what generation you have them, they have this AirPod support. Now, what's cool about that, and I'll show you now. Also, of course, this works for all the other Bluetooth headsets, and also it has the built-in application for the CMF Buds Pro, which is nice. But let's say you had a set of AirPods you want to hook up to this. Now, typically you can hook AirPods up to any Android phone, but you won't get the things that Apple offers when you hook it up to an iPhone. One of the things is seeing your battery life on your, not just your buds, but the actual case itself. So what this phone did was it actually, and it gave you the AirPod ability to not just see your AirPods battery life, but if you look, shows your AirPods. Click on that, and nope, wrong thing. Hold on, go back. Try this again. Oh, you'll be able to see your battery case in your AirPods when they're both pulled in. So I pulled one out, so of course it's gonna only show one. But and then of course your usual toggles, it'll show that as well, which I thought was pretty cool. It'll automatically detect which ones you have. But if for some reason it didn't, I don't know if that's something that would happen with an older pair of earpods. It gives you ability to select your mode, your different earpods, whether you have the Max all the way down to the first gen earpods. So I thought that was pretty cool. That's something that I haven't heard any reviewers talk about, so I definitely wanted to show you guys that. But as for the phone, um, this is a really nice phone here. You got a 6.7-inch AMOLED screen. One of the cool things, it has 113 nits, which is pretty bright for peak brightness. It also has a 5,000 milliamp battery. Now, I have used this phone, and this phone Used it, watched YouTube videos and everything like that. Let me give you an example today, for instance. So, went to work, watched YouTube videos, did all these different things, and surfed the web, did all that, right? Took the phone off the charger, say about maybe 6 o'clock in the morning. As you can see here, it's about 6:54 p.m. Okay, this phone is at 35%. Now, I use this phone heavily, and it's at 35%. Yesterday, I used the phone, had the phone off the charger about 6 o'clock in the morning as well. Used it for YouTube, used it for other things, made phone calls on it and everything. I went to bed and it was still at 55%. So that is amazing. This phone has great battery life. Just to compare this to my Pixel, I would have had to charge my phone with the same amount of usage before I got off work. This is definitely a good phone. Now they say you can get a couple of days of battery life. I'm sure if I was to, not watch as many YouTube videos or maybe used I don't know, sleep mode or something like that on the phone, definitely I could have probably gotten more battery life out of it and gotten closer to 2 days. Another nice thing about this phone. So 12 gigs of RAM. I know I said that earlier. There's actually a RAM booster in here if you go into your settings. And what that'll do is you can go up to 20 gigabytes of RAM with the RAM booster. Now, I'm not exactly how it does that. I know a lot of the images on the website and everything like that and online, they show a 12 gig module, then they show an 8 gig booster module. Now, I don't know if that's really there or this is virtual, but that's something that I'll do a little more research on and actually test it out for my two-week review. The glyph interface, like I said, is really nice. I'm getting used to it. One thing that I will say that is going to be challenging for me though is that I'm a face up type of guy. So I'm used to having my phone face up when I'm sitting it down, whether I'm at work or even at night, right? Because I my 7A was wireless charging, so I've set that down. This, of course, is not wireless charging, so that's one thing that I won't have on this phone that my 7A had. But everyday usage, I'm usually a face up guy. To utilize the glyph interface, you got to be that face down guy. Um, so I already warned my wife about it. Told her, hey, you'll see my phone face down, which is unusual. But the reason why is because I'm testing out that glyph interface, and I showed her what it does and stuff like that. She thought it was pretty cool, but we'll see how that works and see if I actually utilize that. It has a 120 hertz display, which by default, when you first turn it on, is adaptive. Or you can go and set it to, I think there's three settings. One of which is you can put it to high refresh rate, which will stay at 120 hertz. But of course, that's another thing that kills your battery. Now, both usage that I talked about yesterday and today, it's at 120 hertz. I have it at high refresh rate. So I was at 55% yesterday at bedtime, about 10 o'clock at night, and it was still at 55%. That's at 120 hertz all day. Today, right now, I'm at 35%, and it's almost 7 o'clock p.m. from 6 a.m., and I'm at 35%. That's at 120 hertz refresh rate. So that's real good. Definitely good. Of course, the MediaTek processor. Now, the specs on this MediaTek 7200 Pro, which is it's a custom chipset for this phone. Now, typically MediaTek, as you know, are on budget phones, some mid-range phones. So we're going to do some gaming on this, play around with it and stuff like that. I'll also have that in my two-week review. Um, Widgets, really nice. I chose the nothing uh, motif, if you want to say, which is really nice. I figure I got a nothing phone. I'm trying it out. I might as well do that. But one thing I did notice is, of course, it doesn't cover all of your applications. Some of them, but not all of them. So I know there are some what they call them icon packs that you can buy that'll adapt all of them to the nothing um, scheme. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep it the way it is. But I loaded up everything, all my contacts. This is going to be fun. I'm really excited about this. But that's pretty much it for the video today. I just wanted to Show this phone. I got it. We'll play around with it for a couple weeks, do a 2 week review, let you guys know what I think about it. I will. Oh, one more thing. Now I'm going to do some research on this. This could be something that's going to be fixed with an update. But one thing I did notice, and it's something that I'm going to miss on this phone if they don't fix this, is I can't get the Google Assistant to work by calling it. So as you can see, I can actually say the word now, and the phone's not going to do anything, which is unusual. It's not responding. When I go to the settings and try to turn it on, it's grayed out. It won't let me do the Hey G. So I'm going to play around with it. I'm going to go on some forums and stuff like that and see if I can figure out why it's not doing it and see if I can get it turned on. Or maybe they'll fix that. Or, hey, you guys at nothing, if you're watching this or you hear about that problem, please fix it because that's something huge. If you're an Android user, that's our Siri, basically. That's our voice assistant. We need that. So I use that heavily on all of my phones. I'm one of those guys that, I talk to my phone like it's an actual assistant. So I ask it to do a whole bunch of stuff for me, including turning on all my smart devices. So if you could, please fix that. But I'm going to do what I can to find out the solution for that, and I'll have that also in my 2 week review. But that's it for today, guys. Thank you for tuning in. And, we will definitely play around with this. And if you have any questions between now and my 2 week review, please hit me up, leave a comment, and subscribe for more videos. Thank you.